You just hit submit on your Kira video, and now silence. You're wondering what happens next. Who actually watches these? How do they judge me? And maybe most of all, what if it went terribly? In this video, I'll walk you through what happens behind the scenes after you submit your Kira interview, how admissions committees review it, what they're really looking for, and why, even if you think you bombed it, it might not be that bad. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Caitlin, an Oxford MBA and admissions consultant who has helped hundreds of students win interviews and offers to attend all of the top business schools in the world. Let's start with what actually happens in the Kira Talent platform. When you finish your responses, your videos are securely uploaded and stored in the school's Kira account. From there, admissions committees, which usually include staff, alumni, and trained evaluators, will get a queue of candidate videos to watch and review. They might watch several back-to-back and then score them on key traits such as communication, clarity, professionalism, and fit. In many cases, multiple reviewers will evaluate your responses independently before your scores are averaged or combined into your larger applicant file. So, your Kira interview is not being judged in isolation. It becomes a part of the overall story that the admissions committees see about you. They're not expecting a flawless performance. They're looking for evidence of clear communication, meaning can you think on your feet? Confidence and presence, meaning do you seem comfortable engaging professionally? Authenticity, do you seem consistent with the person that they've already met in your essays? And fit, do your answers show that you understand and align with the school's values? Remember, the Kira interview isn't about perfection. It's about human connection. Even if you stumble, look nervous, or miss a point, your energy and mindset still come through. That's what allows the admissions committees to see who you really are. Now, here's something I want you to hear because it's true for so many of my students. Every year, after they do a Kira Talent interview, I'll get a message that sounds like, Caitlin, I don't know what happened. I completely froze on one question. I rambled through another. I think I blew it. And yet, every one of those students has gotten into their programs. Many of my students that do the Kira Talent interview will feel like they failed several of the questions. I remember a student last year telling me that she felt she made a terrible impression. I had another student that said that he totally failed 2 of the 4 questions because he sounded unstructured and he blanked on several of them. But all of those students have ended up with offers and even with scholarships. So even if you think it went horribly wrong, there's a good chance it didn't go as badly as you think and that it won't sink your application. What matters most is the overall impression that you leave, your sincerity, composure, and how you recover after a tough question. I learned this lesson long before I began working with graduate school applicants, back when I used to compete as a professional ballroom dancer. We would compete in 5 international Latin dances, all in order back to back. So I would do cha-cha, samba, rumba, paso doble, and jive. And sometimes in the first or second dance, cha-cha or samba, something would go terribly wrong. Like I would forget a step, or I would lose sync with my partner, or I would just completely blank on where I was in the choreography. And in those moments, I felt like that was it, it's over, it went so badly, there's no way we can recover. But after enough competitions, I realized that if I allow those mistakes in the earlier dances to define me, I would let my frustration carry forward into the remaining dances, and then that would ensure that we were not going to be advancing to the next round. So instead, I decided to approach each new dance as a reset, a chance to prove that I could still finish strong. By refusing to dwell on what went wrong, I came to the rumba or the paso doble or any of the remaining dances with a new drive to show what I was capable of. That's what led us to better results, and that's exactly how you should treat the Kira interview. Even if one of the questions goes badly, use it as motivation to crush the next one. If you can start each response with a fresh, positive mindset, the admissions committees will give you bonus points for that ability. Once you've submitted, there's nothing more to fix, but there is something you can do: shift your focus. First, check that your submission confirmation came through. Second, keep your Kira set up ready to go, because many programs will follow the Kira interview with a live human interview. Third, you can reflect on what you learned from the experience. Maybe you improved your timing or your structure or your energy. But then fourth, you need to just let it go. Your Kira interview is just one piece of your larger application story. So if you've built a strong narrative and presented yourself authentically, that's what will come through. So if you're sitting there over-analyzing your Kira video, please know this: the people that feel they did terribly in the Kira interview often did much better than they think. Admissions officers know that these interviews are nerve-wracking. What they care about is if you show potential, presence, and poise under pressure. If you found this helpful, then don't forget to subscribe and tell me about your experience in the comments. How did your Kira interview go? And if you want to keep building your confidence for future interviews, I've linked to my Kira Mastery System below. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.